Yo, good morning, Grand Rising Kings and Queens. It is your boy HL. It's HL in the AM on Oak 93.5 WRLY Raleigh. As you see, I'm here solo dolo today. Janeen's on the way, but we gotta keep the party going. Yo, so shout out to Latoya, Keisha, Teron. Appreciate y'all in the chat. The fam is here. Got a lot of things to talk about today. Biz Marquis talking about how they make money from just a friend. Mercedes Harris is dealing with a little backlash from the latest Love and Hip Hop reunion, or Love and Hip Hop Atlanta episode. Lil Nas X found the one. There's so much to unhash, along with the spelling bee today. So let's start talking about it. Now, first up, Jadakiss responds to Tyler the Creator saying that he has a crush on him during the versus battle. Now, normally because hip hop artists have had a huge battle with homophobia and homophobic comments, and Jadakiss was smart enough to avoid those homophobic comments. The Locks appeared on The Breakfast Club to discuss the epic versus battle, which gave them like the celebration the trio needed, because no one ever really talks about the Locks when it comes to top 5 greatest alive. Well, Tyler the Creator, who praised the rapper's confidence and voice control, and also seemingly joked when he says, "Pause, I think I got a crush on Jadakiss." So of course, Charlemagne the God, being Charlemagne the God, asked Jadakiss, "Hey, how did you feel about Tyler the Creator's comments?" And then Jadakiss responded, "Tyler the Creator, man, chill out." He laughed about it. He said, "I like Tyler the Creator. That just means that he tapped into our frequency. He loved our verses. So I didn't take it as disrespect. He got a crush on me or some ish. Very talented, very smart dude." Like, he brushed it off. And I think Jadakiss needs to open up a school on how to deal with and how to say the right things in the right moment, because the baby really did, and the baby is losing a lot due to the comments that he made at Lollapalooza. So maybe Jadakiss and the baby can lock up together and stuff along those lines. Maybe educate the brother on what not to say in the future if he gets his career back. Now, Styles P spoke about the lack of artist development and challenged if cancel culture and mental health culture can coexist, and he used the baby as an example. If you're going to be on cancel culture, you can't be with mental health culture either. He said during the interview, I'm pretty sure he's been around, and he's talking about the baby. I'm pretty sure he's been around plenty of gay people. He's in the industry. He's been styled by them, been dressed by them. He's done deals. I'm saying he did something wrong, but who developed him into that? Who said, "Young man, you getting millions now. You're around corporate people. This is how it goes," and this and that. So I actually respect Styles P's opinion on that, because that does leave a question, a debate to be had. Like, okay, you got the rap skills, you got the beats, you got the bars, but do you have the knowledge, the common sense of what to say, what not to say, and things along those lines? Because the baby, even though he's the one that's in the hot seat now, many rappers have stumbled upon saying things that have not been taken so well in the hip-hop culture, in the hip-hop community, in the world. Honestly, they'll be in the hip-hop community, but they'll say stuff that'll, throw them out, get them canceled. Another thing that was going on is Halle Berry. Halle Berry has a new movie coming out. It's a MMA movie. I know, right? Halle Berry, the beautiful woman she is making a movie called Bruised, and it's about an MMA fighter, and this is also her directorial debut. The funny thing, though, is that in an interview, she was actually dropping some jewels, some things that I didn't even realize. You see, Halle Berry is the first black woman to win an Oscar, and she gave a super emotional speech, but she said that it was surprising because I thought they were just gonna back up the truck and drop offers at my house. Like when you have a historic win like that, you think, oh, this is going to fundamentally change. It did fundamentally change her, but it didn't change her place in the business overnight. She still had to get back to work. She still had to try to fight to make a way out of no way. And that blows my mind that Halle Berry in 2002, after making Monsters Ball, is like feeling like she has to struggle, she has to scrap and claw to make a way out of no way. How do y'all feel about that? Now, Halle Berry added that she took on roles that she didn't love because the rent still had to be paid. It's like, that's a film I can't say I'm totally in love with, but this isn't a hobby. It's how I take care of my children. But I try to keep that sense of wonder and stay curious, because being a black woman, I haven't always had parts that I absolutely love. But she seems to be doing a lot more passionate work now, because she's actually involved in the MMA movie Bruised, that's going to be released on Netflix later this year. The actress also shared that she broke 2 of her ribs on the first day of filming, and they actually had to stop for months just to get that healed up and then start shooting again. Now, as I said earlier, Biz Marquis' DJ reveals they never made money from Just a Friend. Everybody listens to Just a Friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Like, that was our jam. And it's becoming a trend that many of our favorite singers were basically made for free. Just a Friend, basically all of Crazy Sexy Cool. Like, artists aren't getting the money that they needed. What the worst part about it though is that, as you know, Biz Marquis recently passed away, and even though he got more jobs and other types of fruits for his labor, the actual song Just a Friend, who was a game changer, they were never compensated for making the song. So I always felt like that was just odd, because it's a trending topic with hip hop artists, especially back in the late 80s, early 90s, in our genre. You know, people are making music, they're not getting paid, you know, and I think that work should have some reward to it. I mean, yes, if you make this good song, then maybe by the time you make the 50th song or the 15th song, then you can start seeing some paper. However, somebody made money off of that song. It was playing all over the radio. Albums were being sold. Somebody made some money off of it. Tehran, Monster Ball is not the greatest movie of all time. Nothing makes me sadder than watching that scene with her and Billy Bob Thornton getting it in. That just makes me cry on the inside. Yo, so Eminem's ex-wife, Kim Scott, was hospitalized after a suicide attempt and was resisting assistance from law enforcement following the circumstance. Police responded to a call for a suicidal person at Scott's home on July 30th, where Scott was so combative that the paramedics were unable to check her vitals and she had to be restrained by the police. Kim had self-inflicted cuts on her leg with a lot of blood on the floor of her home, according to the report. Scott was rushed to the hospital for physical and psychological evaluation, but was released. Kim and M got married in 1999, but divorced in 2001, remarried in 2006, and of course, you know, they have a daughter named Haley. So prayers up for M and Haley. That is sad, but at the same time, as we all know, if you're gonna kill yourself, slit your wrist the long way. Don't do it like I mean, if you're gonna do it, I might as well tell you how to do it the right way, because that couldn't have been a suicide attempt on the leg. I mean, she could have maybe hit a femoral artery, but the likelihood of being able to do that with a knife is so low. So for Kim, if you're gonna kill yourself, do it the right way, or if you're just begging for attention, do that as well. Source Sports has learned it's not even learned, but there have been lessons learned about the pay gap in women's sports. Like, if the Tokyo Olympics taught us anything about fan interest, we saw some incredible phenomena with American gymnast Simone Biles basically reinventing her sport and stepping down at the top of her game. She was able to win 2 medals this year, all while dealing with very difficult personal situations that will likely make any of us want to quit, including the death of her aunt, More broadly, the Olympic Channel found that 56% of engagement comes from women and viewership of women's content, and is actually higher than men's, like a full 16% higher viewership than men's. The sports industry is a booming business and one that had a recent upward trend. Thankfully, in the business of women's sports, slowly but surely, women's sports are starting to come into the spotlight. Take the case of the women's soccer team last year. Its viewership grew by nearly 300% to an over impressive 650,000 viewers. There's no doubt that many of you have been seeing headlines of female athletes like Naomi Osaka in tennis, for instance. She's been stealing the show and making mental health a key consideration between one's career and one's own personal state of being. This is elevating the realm of sports, in fact, and when surveyed, 66% of people are interested in at least one woman's sport. Me, I love gymnastics. I'm not ashamed of it. Women's gymnastics is off the chain. You see them little girls flipping like a mug. I mean, and then also I like Olympic women's basketball. I can't say WNBA, but it was just something about watching Team USA go. And I do like a little tennis. So we do like women's sports, but you might have the notion, why do women make so much less than men? I mean, the gap is wider than what we should be comfortable with, because in modern society, I think the pay gap is somewhere around 20%. However, when it comes to sports, in some sports, the pay gap is 4%, and in other sports, it's 83%. 83% wage gap. Now, a lot of that has to come with the fact that, you know, there are shoe deals and you have jersey sales and things along those lines. And of course, Klay Thompson sells more jerseys than Diana Taurasi. Klay Thompson sells more shoes than Diana Taurasi, you know? So there is that. So I can understand the amount of money generated having to play a part, but come on, 83%, 83%, that's like 83, that means that dudes are making, some dudes in the higher realm of the gap are making 83 cents to the dollar more than a woman, which basically means for every 83 cents, for every dollar that Klay Thompson's making, like Diana Taurasi's only making 17 cents. So do we expect too much? Is that too big of a problem? Should we support women's sports more? Should we watch the WNBA game? Should we buy WNBA paraphernalia? Should we start going to WNBA games more frequently? Should we support the sport? Because honestly, the NBA is what's supporting the WNBA, not the fans. So that's just my 2 cents. I have some jams for y'all this morning. I got some Janet, some Jay-Z, some B.I.G. You know how we do it. So turn your radios up, keep it locked. I'll be back. Yo, and we're back. That was Biggie Smalls, the Notorious B.I.G. with Juicy. Yo, Janeen, I'm so happy you're here. How are you?
Oh, I feel like Whoopi Goldberg. What she say? I may be black, I may be ugly, but dear God, I'm here.
You may be late.
And late too. Throw late too. Yeah, throw that one in there too.
I appreciate you still making it here through all the adversity you had to deal with this morning. You still came here for the peoples. So I hope they appreciate you for being here. Because it was no short of amazing that you made it here as quickly as you did.
You know, my mama always tell me I'm too loyal.
You are. You way too loyal. You
tell me that.
I tell you that all the time. Look, because like I would have stopped messing with me back in 2019. Let me start playing.
When you didn't pay for when you got mad at me when I asked you to pay for my where was we at? When I asked you had the little coupon thing, and I asked you to share that with me.
Oh, it was at Applebee's.
You gave me that little cutout look.
I did not give you no cutout look. We was at Applebee's. You was like, hey, I was like, I got you. I had a gift card and a coupon. Yeah, we got this. I was not mad. Come on now. I'll share my coupon. I will definitely share my coupon. Nah, but yo, we've been rocking for a while, Neen, since this whole comedy thing been started.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going on 4 years since we first met. Did you know that?
Really?
4 years. You know,
wow.
You've been my homie for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Man.
And she still won't show me the booty.
Listen,
let me stop
you seen
playing.
one, you seen them all.
Nah, you haven't seen them all. Trust and believe that. Like right now, let me tell you, I was at the gas station yesterday, right? I was on my way to a girl's crib. This chick walked in, and I mean, I can't lie. She had one of them.
Badonka.
Boy, and she had on the leggings with it, the little thong hanging out the top of it, and a wife beater with no bra on, so you can see the nipples all perfect. And I mean, and then an orange wig, right, which automatically just turned me off. I'm like, yeah, she's not, yeah. But there was like 8, 9 dudes in the gas station. I literally watched all 8 or 9 of these dudes try to get this girl's number.
Wow.
And eventually you could see that she was feeling a little frightened, and I could tell she gave this dude a fake number just to get out the store alive. And that brings up my point today about thirsty dudes messing up the game. Now, what is your dealings with thirsty brothers? I know you've had to deal with thirsty brothers.
Yeah, I mean, I have, and I've given out a fake number. I've given out Jocelyn's number. That'd be funny. I mean, I'm a comedian. That's what we do. We do pranks and jokes. But I've given out like my sister's names and number. And they be like, I met you at such a, no, but I mean, yeah.
So messed up.
You know what? My thing with anything, with whether it's a dude, whether it's a relationship, whether you're trying to get to know somebody or whatever, I always say the same thing, man. Go out with some dignity.
Yeah.
If you get shot down, go out
Hold
with
your head
hold
up.
your head. Yeah, go out with some dignity.
Yeah, but it's not even just the trying to holler thing. Like, for example, much has been made of the drag social media has become on the dating market. You know,
Yeah.
the likes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram have become inundated with attention whores, turning into mere tools for provision of a never-ending stream of validation for women.
Okay.
Some tired of it. You know, some women get tired of it, rightfully so. But I feel a few of us really, truly dig the source of the problem, which is the simp. For those who don't know, the simp is the thirsty brother, right? Because, like, while the conscious attention whoring of certain females can be annoying, it wouldn't be nearly as prevalent without an army of extraordinarily thirsty brothers prepared to do whatever it takes to prove their undying loyalty to a pretty female that they've never even met. And, like, I compiled a list of ways that simps, thirsty brothers make life harder for us, right? Number 1, they build up the female ego, which is obvious, but it isn't hard to turn a normal 8 into an 8 with an attitude befitting Athena herself if you throw enough praise and unrelenting worship at her. Like, you know what I mean?
I don't know if I'm
like
the
for
direction
example,
this is going.
No, I'm just saying that thirsty dudes build up the female ego to the point where, like, for example, a woman with 0 options is typically nicer or friendlier than a woman with a million options. Like, for example, like they say, it isn't hard to turn a normal 8 into an 8 with an attitude just by every dude validating everything about her. You see what I'm saying? So, like, you don't know her as a person. All you know is the picture she posts. But here you are willing to give your undying affection and praise to her, right?
Okay.
So then when an average dude or whenever another dude that's actually, you know, in the realm of being in a relationship with her steps outside of her little boundary box, she can just, you know, exclude him, dump him, and then go back to her pool of dudes that's just, hey, pick me. You know, like, think about it like this. Imagine being on stage at a concert, right?
Okay.
There's hundreds of thousands of people in the audience, right? Mm-hmm. And every last one of them is saying, hey, you're great, you're beautiful, you're extraordinary, right?
Okay.
Then you go backstage, you get into your boyfriend does something that you just don't like, versus working it out, you can just go right back out to that stage and pick another dude out of the crowd and see what works with him. So you have this unemptying, like this pool that never goes empty of dudes that just will say whatever it takes to get you to like them. But them saying whatever it takes to get you to like them also creates a sense of, I can't do anything wrong. I can't do wrong in their eyes. That's what I mean by building up the ego and making it hard for other brothers to try to date.
I don't know. Maybe you have to be a man to understand that, because that does not resonate with me. So I don't know. Maybe you have to be.
So you don't have a lot of dudes. All right. Before you was with Johnny, and we've talked about it. You telling me you didn't have a bunch of thirsty brothers in your inbox?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I had a lot of guys that try to date me and stuff.
Right. Okay. So all of that attention doesn't affect your mindset at all as far as your tolerance for BS.
No, it doesn't. It does not.
Well, it's because you're a more mature woman than
because you know some of the behind the scenes stuff. So if it did, you already know it would have been to the left,
Yeah.
long time ago. But you know what I'm saying? No, not me. Because like you still got to get to know these. You know what I'm saying? Getting to know somebody it's a long process.
Right.
It
takes years to probably know someone.
To get to know somebody. I think that maybe I can see your perspective of saying that, okay, you've got these guys who, you know what I'm saying, that are what you call thirsty simps.
Yeah, thirsty simps.
Okay, you got this pool of simps that even though the guys, I don't look at guys like that. I don't look at them like, oh, just because a man compliments me or he aggressively tries to come after me, I don't look at him as a simp. I just look at some men are more aggressive in their pursuit. Some men are relentless, and some men aren't.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, all right. So, and the amount of attention has not, like, ever pumped your head up in it at all? Like, where you just felt better about yourself because of the pool of dudes that are in your inbox?
It doesn't, well, like, I guess it as a woman, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, as a woman, of course, it makes you feel okay, you know, like, okay, I still got it or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The fish, as I say, the fish still biting. But I don't think that a pool of aggressive men or men who aggressively pursue women have an impact on what another man, on how other men are viewed.
Right. But it's not about just one or two dudes. I mean, I'm talking about to the point where there are sometimes, in some cases for these girls, hundreds and not thousands of dudes pouring out, like every time they post a picture, every time they post a status, all these dudes that want to, you know, pursue a relationship with her are trying to set themselves out. However, they all are going about it from the same route, either the inbox or the comment section. And sometimes, like Toya said, increased attention doesn't automatically mean arrogance. Plus, all attention isn't equal. Attention can be very superficial. And yeah, there are some women who see it that way. But then there are other women, mostly toxic women, who take that attention and run with it.
I was just saying that
it seems like the increased amount of attention can create toxic behaviors and traits in women. Not all women, but in many women.
I can see where you're coming from that perspective. And when I think about that, I think about women, not your average everyday,
right?
Janeen, Aisha, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not just your everyday, you know, Country T, Kim, those type. I'm thinking like your Instagram women who intentionally go online and post these pictures of themselves and they market themselves as such. And now they've got all these thousands of men following them and coming at them that way. Then, yeah, I could see from that perspective where, oh, she might think she's a real bitch, or she thinks she's the stuff because she's got all these dudes hyping her up. And yeah.
Okay, and that was just one. That was just point one. Point two is that all the attention builds up what I call the female bitch shield. While a lot of women, you know, will let the attention go to their heads, most also despise thirsty men in their rush to avoid stalking threats and put permanent distance between themselves and these pathetic examples of masculinity. Some women will become more guarded around all men and more difficult to approach. They become increasingly convinced that men of worth who lack absurd amounts of thirst and aren't pathetically easy for them to control are rare enough that they need not bother with guys at all. Do you see what I'm saying?
They need not bother with guys at all.
Well, bother much with guys at all. You know, like for example, so in that scenario, you're getting so much attention, right? Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, this is all BS. They just want some sex. They just want my boo. They just want to, you know, they just want that. So it almost creates the whole all men conversation. All men are thirsty. All men are trying to have sex. All men ain't nothing. You know how some women can go through that whole men ain't nothing type situation, and that also comes from the thirsty dude. Because like I was saying, like you got dudes that'll stalk you. You know what I mean? You got dudes that'll just hound you all the time, and they become like it causes women to be convinced that men are just not worth the time because they have no filter. They have no self-control. They have, you know what I'm saying? They're just out there. And they're also doing it to multiple women. So it creates this shield that y'all create up where you just thinking like, man, I'm not saying all women, but some women create this shield like, oh, I just ain't gonna mess with none of these dudes because I can't trust none of them. I don't believe none of them because they're just saying what they think I want to hear. So that's another point that thirsty dudes, that's another way that thirsty dudes are messing up the game.
The game. I think that mindset comes from not necessarily thirsty dudes. That comes from, just bad relationship experiences. That's what creates that mindset. Typically, though, I will say this about thirsty men. At least me, and I think a lot of other women. When I meet a man that's thirsty or like aggressive like that, yeah, it's an instant turn off because for me, the ratio, it seems, of men to women is so great. So if you got to be that thirsty to come after one woman, I'm instantly knowing something wrong with you.
Right.
It's something ain't right
exactly.
here.
And that's what I mean by the bit shield. And I don't mean calling you, but the shield. To filter out the weeds and the roses. You know what I mean? Another aspect of it is, all right, they raise the price of the game. Thirsty dudes. You always say I need to talk about dudes, right? So I really spend a lot of time thinking about what do I hate about men, right? And I hate thirsty dudes. Thirsty dudes raise the price of the game. Like, dating is an expensive prospect in the Western world, right? We all know it. Dating it costs a grip sometimes to date. And it is the simp that has driven much of that price increase. This isn't hard to understand from the perspective of the female when a guy's offering you thousands of dollars just for the chance of making sexual contact with you. Many women will take it. If men are willing to essentially bankroll your lifestyle simply because you look nice, why not take advantage of it? With enough offers, it isn't long before your significant person financial sacrifice becomes the standard price of admission for some other dudes. You know what I mean? So like if one thirsty dude pays you or offers you this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying, trying to gain favor with you, it doesn't become long before that becomes the norm and you expect that from every dude that tries to make contact with you. Does that make sense?
Like I don't know.
Like for example.
Yeah.
All right, so you remember back in the day when it was like this whole $40 thing?
Yeah.
All right, so that was for basic chicks, right? But like cuter women, prettier women, sexier women, I mean, they have dudes offering them. I remember this one chick said dude offered her $500 to be her sugar daddy. And the thing is, dudes are doing that left and right? Mm-hmm. So as a woman, when you're seeing your market value, your sexual market value, I think Kevin Samuels even talks about it. I know you hate him, but he does talk about your sexual market value. Your sexual market value is determined about what you can demand just for being you from the person that's interested in you. So, like for example, for me, my sexual market value is maybe a bag of Trolleys and a Coca-Cola, right? Your sexual market value is probably like, you could probably and I'm not saying you will, okay? Mm-hmm. But you probably could get a G just from a dude just because he's interested in you.
I mean, I'm sure I can. I mean,
right.
I've had men offer to pay my rent, but the thing
that's the point I was trying to say. But dudes are doing all of that to gain favor. Now, for some women, it gets to their head, and that's what their fee is just for even trying to get with. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not. That can go for men too.
It can. It's not one-sided. There are thirsty women out there, but not to the extent. And I'm gonna tell you why. And this is the funny thing. Yes, there are thirsty women for dudes, right? However, those women also have thirsty dudes after them. So there's going to be a reckoning when it comes to, I'm not going to put myself but so far out that I'm not going to be but so desperate, or even to the fact where they would use the stuff they can get from a thirsty dude to give that to the dude that they're thirsty for.
No, I disagree.
You disagree from that? You disagree from all women or just you?
I disagree. When I speak for the most part.
Okay.
From people that I know or situations and scenarios that I've experienced. And for the most part, when I've seen situations where women have been like, oh, wow, sis, that's real thirsty. Those women do not have a bunch of men coming after them. They don't.
Okay.
Most of the time, I find anybody, whether it's a man or a woman, that's overly aggressive, that's just constantly dot, 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 ding, ding, ding in your inbox and all that and come after you. Those people don't have a lot of people pursuing them.
And you think that's why they're so thirsty?
I believe that's it.
Because I've always felt like there was, like you have what you have in your mind of what your ideal partner is. And anything less than ideal can create also a woman to be a little thirstier than that because she sees what she finally wants. Like, for example, an example would be, let's say, who do you think is like a really attractive guy?
A really attractive guy?
Right.
I don't know.
You don't have any. I mean, just
fell
a
off.
Famous person that you find attractive.
Oh, I think Denzel gonna always be fine.
All right. So Denzel. So let's use Denzel as an example.
Even
right?
with the teeth, I think.
All right. So we're gonna use an exaggerated version of Denzel, the best looking version of Denzel you've ever seen. Right?
Okay.
And that is today's present Denzel.
Okay.
Right. So even though you have this thing for Denzel.
Okay.
Right. And you have a way to communicate with Denzel,
Mm-hmm.
okay? However, every man that's showing interest in you looks like Faison Love,
Okay.
right? So the thing is, you have all these thirsty dudes in your inbox, but you don't want none of them because you're not physically attracted to them.
Okay.
But you are physically attracted to Denzel.
Right.
Which basically means you could be thirsty for Denzel even though you do have a bunch of thirsty dudes for you. They're just not on your caliber. They're not what you want or expect. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be like in his inbox every day.
You're not, but there are women that would be, despite having thirsty dudes in their inbox. You wouldn't be. I'm not saying you as a person, but there are women that are not to the level. But see, dudes on the other hand, let's say for example, 1993 Tony Braxton, right?
Okay.
And I can message, like actually communicate with 1993 Tony Braxton.
Okay.
I'm offering to pay her rent. I ain't gonna lie. I'm offering to pay her. I'm be the thirstiest dude on the planet because she is what I would exemplify as being the perfect female. And when you see something that you find is perfect, especially guys, we're conditioned to hunt. We're conditioned to go get it by any means necessary. If that means me breaking all my rules and being like, yeah, I'll pay for the first, second, third, fifth, and 20th date, I would do that.
Wowzer.
Because when you have someone's value up high enough, when the person's value in your mind is high enough, you will not cease to chase and pursue that unless she just does something that just fractures every moral fiber that you have in your being.
Yeah, this got to be from a man's perspective.
Yeah, it is. I'm a man. I'm not a woman. All right.
Ain't nobody's rent, dog.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Make you a
Like
sandwich or something, cook you a dinner, but that's about it. That's about all I got for you.
right. And the thing is, like that, the simp mindset does more harm to us than any feminist could. I promise you that.
Think
Like,
so?
because dudes pump a woman head up so high sometimes that like they will not see. They put women on a pedestal, right? And the problem with putting a woman on a pedestal is you can put a woman up on a pedestal so high that she will not see your value. She's looking down on you. If you put a woman on a pedestal, she's going to look down on you because she's up there and you're down here, even though you're holding her up. For the most part, you start looking weak. You start looking desperate. You start looking all those things that women just aren't attracted to.
I mean, I think anytime you put anybody on a pedestal, especially when there's a large number of people putting someone on a pedestal, that, yeah, I can see. That's even, instantly, I thought about pastors in church, how people put pastors on pedestals and they get the big head and get to acting funny and stuff, and they're not the same pastor that they were when they first started that little small church, and now you got a big congregation, everybody got him on this pedestal, and he's this arrogant, cocky person. So that's anybody. But I don't know, like, it sounds like, and maybe I'm misunderstanding, but it almost sounds like you're blaming these men, like you're saying that is their fault in some kind of way that women are responding to other men in a certain manner.
Well, it's not. As the thing is, they're not even really responding to them. All they're doing is being ignored, but there's just so many that there's no chance but for a woman to believe it after a while. if 300 dudes tell you that you're beautiful that day, guess what? You're gonna feel beautiful.
Right.
If 300 people are saying, I give you $1,000 to touch your ass, you're gonna be like, wow, my ass must be really nice. Even, and that's what I'm saying, it's the multitudes of dudes shooting their shots. Like, these men are, like, their weakness is an embarrassment to our entire gender. Our entire gender. And a hindrance to any improvement in male-female relations. Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook have become their strongholds, aiding in the constant expression of their thirst. As annoying as social media has become, it can still play a role in helping a red pill male move forward by showing him precisely what not to emulate in this conduct with women. Pathetic and troublesome as they may be, the thirsty simp can still serve as a useful function to fuel your growth. Examine their weakness, avoid their mistakes, and improve yourself accordingly if you're trying to self-improve as a man. But the thing is, seeing that, and that's what I do. I see cats being all thirsty on social media. I'm not emulating that. It looks pathetic to me. But there are dudes out there, and then it's like I said, nothing makes me more upset than seeing like a woman post a thirst trap and seeing 143 comments in the comment section all saying the same thing.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Where's this from? The Kevin Samuels masterclass? I don't know. Like, what?
No. This is just me thinking about it, reading articles. One of the best articles I saw was on Return of the Kings. You know, it was a website, and it was talking about thirsty dudes.
I mean, well, what makes someone thirsty? Is it if they come at you once, they come twice? Like, what's the threshold? Like, what?
It's the desperation in the attempt.
Okay, like, is it a certain, like, okay, dude, you've tried 3 times now. 3 is the max? Like, what's the cap? Because I will say this.
Persistence. You talking about persistence?
I will say this. There have been men that have tried to date me in the past that I was not interested in, but because they kept, eventually I did break down and go on a date. Like, dang, okay, let's go.
And then what happened with that date?
Some of them led to second dates. Some of them led to good friendships. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have any of them ever led to a relationship, an actual full-on relationship?
No, but you know that
exactly.
I got bad choice
if you
issues,
have to
so
beg,
I don't really count.
I look at it like this: if you're not going to see my value today, I don't have time to try to build my value up in your eyes. That's just my opinion. Which basically means I can shoot my shot once. I might shoot my shot later on, a couple years later. But it's definitely not going to be no consistent thing with me.
Maybe it's like how they say you got to keep throwing. Maybe some of the guys look at it like what they say, keep throwing up against the wall. Eventually, something gonna stick. Maybe
right,
they figure.
And that's the thing, and that's why women are getting hounded by dudes. That's what the thirsty dude is. He's a dude that's going to hound you for your attention, hound you for your affection. Even if you don't give it to him, he's still going to be persistent because he knows eventually he might have a chance if he just keeps going. Like Steve Urkel, the master simp himself.
But
think about how long Steve Urkel pursued Laura Winslow. Think about that for a second. Now, he eventually got her, but all the heartbreak he had to take, all the ridicule he had to take, and it literally took her like 15 years to see his value.
But he felt it was worth it.
He felt it was worth it, but he missed out on Myra Monkhouse, the finest chick ever on TV.
Oh wow!
I'm sorry if you tell me Laura Winslow was even 1/5 as fine as Myra, I think you're smoking crack.
Well, I mean, in Steve's eyes, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, it is.
So,
but the thing is, but you can't tell me that Steve wasn't simping.
I don't think so.
You don't think Steve was simping?
Mm-mm.
He was actively pursuing a woman that was clearly uninterested, dealing with days, years of abuse. She talked junk to Steve. She was verbally abusive to Steve. She called him names all the time.
That was part of the sarcasm of the show, but I don't think. But
at the same time, Laura was verbally abusive to Steve.
She was not verbally abusive.
So the way she talked to Steve was like that would have made. Man, that would have made me want to sock Laura. I don't hit women,
wow.
but it would have made me want to.
I don't think she was verbally abusive.
Laura
I think
was,
that's a bit.
You don't think Laura was verbally abusive?
No.
Okay, so you think that Steve deserved to hear all the snarky remarks that Laura said to him, all the cut downs and all the jokes that she would apply to him. That was okay.
I mean, that was just part of the relationship. I don't think that it was intentional. I think that she had love for Steve. She appreciated him as a friend. There were a lot of episodes with him and Laura, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that it was just like, it wasn't like she was just cutting into him like,
She insulted Steve a lot. Go back and watch. And Joe has a good point. Steve was harassing Laura. Steve, that was harassment at that point. Steve was harassing Laura. So maybe he does deserve to cut down.
Well, he's harassing her. Her daddy was a police officer. If he was harassing her, then they would have stopped him from coming over to the house and all that.
They couldn't stop him from coming over. Steve would come in unannounced, break the whole house up. How many times would Steve have destroyed your coffee table before you've been like, you're not coming over to my house no more?
Well, you can't do this because this is scripted.
Steve would have broke one window, and he would have never stepped foot in my house no more. After he broke one window.
No, what about the women who date men, be in long-term relationships with men, very handsome, attractive men, that when they try to break up, those men stalk them or come after them or don't want to break up?
Oh, that's easy. That's that mac and cheese.
And those men are, handsome men who could very easily get other women.
Yeah, but it's because of whatever it was that you had to offer in that case. Just because, the thing is, just because a woman is good looking doesn't mean that's what a dude wants. Like, for example, if you break up with me, a handsome dude, and I stalk you, it's because it was maybe the sex was so great. It was something that cannot be replaced from another woman. And that's what really starts to go. Or it could have been a codependency that was developed. There are many things, but we got some jams to play. Y'all keep it locked. Yo, we're back. You're listening to HL in the AM on Oak 93.5 WRLY Raleigh. The homie is with me, Janeen.
Hey.
And we are talking about brothers stalking females. I want to hear some of these stalking stories. If you have a good stalking story where a brother wouldn't let you go, give us a call. The number is 919-899-9305. But also we have our spelling bee today. So you get the chance to see if you can spell 5 words. You'll get a $10 Starbucks gift card and $20 Cash App because we broke over here, but it's still fun. So if you think you can spell the 5 words that we selected, they're not going to be nothing super difficult. Give us a call. Again, that number is 919-899-9305. So your brain muscles. Yeah, but Sphinx Rising, he just like, because Aisha, shout out to Aisha, birthday coming up. She said that men definitely stalk us women after breakups. And I can attest, I've seen dudes stalking women, but I've also seen women stalking men. Because I'm going to tell you something, women can't stand giving us some good D.
Now, I've never stalked a man, but I have rode out with other women, like rolled past a dude's house.
Yeah.
Or like,
seeing what he up to.
Yeah, I've done that.
Stalking social media.
Yeah.
Getting in his inbox, finding out what he's doing, hacking accounts, all kinds of stuff. Women will stalk a brother too.
Yeah, but I don't. I've never stalked a dude.
You never stalked.
But I've dated a dude who's had a chick stalking him, and then she started stalking me.
Word? Oh, snap. Now, how did that work out?
That was horrible.
What did you have
making
to do?
all kind of fake accounts and it was just like, what in the world?
I can't lie. I've had some stalkers. I've had a few. I've had about 3 in my life. 4, 5. I had 6.
Wow.
I had 7 stalkers in my life. I had 7.
Yeesh.
I just actually went by and counted them one by one. I've had 7 stalkers.
Wow.
7.5. Because one was like a social media stalker. But I've had them come to my house unannounced. I had one come to my house and sit in my driveway waiting for me to get home.
Wow.
Like, it's
I'm
not.
saying,
it's
I'm
not
going
the
out with
same.
my dignity. I'm sorry. I'm going out with my head held high, and I'm going with my dignity.
Yeah, that's how I do.
I cry when I get home.
I'm more or less. I'm gonna cry in front of you, but you because I want you to hurt. I'm like, I want you to know how you hurt me. Then I'm gonna go home and then move on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll tell you this. Breakups are probably one of the most painful things you can deal with because, I mean, literally a breakup and death, your body, your mind handles them the same. that person is like dead to you. You know what I mean? So you lost something. Just like when death, you lose something. When a relationship dies, you lose something. So like those feelings of grief are very similar to like if I break up with a woman or she finds out I died in a car accident, she basically handles it almost the same.
Yeah, that's how my divorce was. It was a very grievous process, but I'm not stalking nobody. I'm just not doing it. I'm not.
Yeah.
But like I said, I have rode out with other female friends. Like, girl, ride over this guy. I'm about to go see if he got a woman over here. And, yeah.
I remember the first stalk I had was in college, right? She literally just barged into my dorm room and sat there at my desk and just stared at me. And didn't say nothing. Didn't say anything. And like her whole thing was to make sure that whole night I did not have a girl come over.
Wow.
Like, cause women will cock block like a mug.
See, and my dad always taught us growing up, listen, if a man is going to cheat or do something, he's going to do it. You can like slow him down. You can derail his plans.
It's not cheating if you're not together.
Yeah, that's true. But
it's not cheating.
In her mind, it is.
In her mind, yeah, exactly. In her mind, you cheating on her, and y'all ain't even together.
You not together with her. She's still together with you.
Right. Because women have 100%. They have 100% of the life of a relationship. If a woman says y'all together, y'all together.
Y'all together.
No matter what you say, no matter what you do, if she's still claiming you, y'all together.
Yeah, that's pretty much how that works.
But when she done with you, no matter what you do or say, y'all done. Women have 100% control over the life of a relationship. And nothing makes a man feel more powerless than being in a relationship with a woman he can't get out of it. That's why my number one rule that I had to learn the hard way, don't ever live with a chick. Ever. Even if you get married, bruh, get your own crib.
Wow.
Go visit, spend the night, whatever. But make sure you have a place you can go whenever she start tripping, because she will start tripping. Even at marriage. Just like you might start tripping. You need a place to go. Because if you up under each other all the time, I learned that during quarantine. I cannot be under nobody all the time.
No, you both got to have your own separate lives and your own,
and your own place to go.
Your own place to go, yeah.
Yeah, because living with someone is hell.
It's not.
It is hell. It's good for the first 2-3 weeks, but about 2 months in, it is hell. And it never stops being hell. The only good thing about it is having some in-house sex. That's about it.
No, I mean, if y'all just do what y'all supposed to do what we say, everything will work fine. You know, that y'all be trying to buck up against the system. Just go with the flow.
So let me ask you a question, because they're in the chat, they going in. One dude said he had a chick call him 47 times in one night. Aisha had someone calling on 100 times in a night. What was the most calls you've ever had from a dude in one night?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure I've had guys just call repeatedly.
Yeah, trying to get in touch with you. Like for me, like I'm nowhere near these numbers.
No, not that many.
I thought I was big pimping with my 16.
Yeah, that's
47. If a chick called me 47 times, I might marry her. She must really love me.
Listen, 40. Yeah, no.
47. I think my max. I know for a fact my max was 16.
Golly gee.
16 calls, like maybe 30 text messages.
100 times?
100. That is tragic.
Now that's some serious mac and cheese, right there.
Yeah.
That's I don't know what kind of macaroni and cheese.
Well, Aisha did say yesterday that every day was National Stiletto Day for her, so you know.
Okay. Oh, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, she said, "What do you mean, Janeen? What are we supposed to do? I need some elaboration."
About what?
About what, Joe? Dude said he changed his number at 4:30 in the morning.
Golly gee.
Boy, I've had to change my number, but that was when she called 16 times. I like I said, I ain't never had 47. Homeboy must be slinging some serious somewhere.
Now, I will say this. Every serious relationship I've been in, when they broke up, the guys like always tore up my stuff, tore up my car, came back, you know what I'm saying? Or just like went ballistic when the relationship was just like over. And I don't understand that.
They probably were trying to hurt you as much as they felt hurt at the time. And the only way they felt they could hurt you was to destroy your stuff.
Like I've had my car vandalized like 3 times by 3 different dudes at the end of a breakup.
I've never had my car vandalized, but I've had a replacement chick's car was vandalized one time. like I stopped dealing with this one chick, so I dealing with another chick, and they carved bitch in her hood of her car.
Wow. Oh no, I did do that to a guy one time. I did do that.
I was all right. So Joe said, you said men need to do what they're supposed to do when moving in.
You're supposed to do what I say.
Oh, they're supposed to do what you say.
Yeah.
They live under your rules.
Yeah.
Your house, your rules. What if you move into their house?
His house, my rules.
So it's your rules regardless.
Right. Because I got the mac and cheese.
So you
mac
got
and cheese. That's the Trump card.
The mac and cheese, the Trump card?
Yeah, that's the Trump card.
Yeah, see the thing. And I'm going to tell you, you leave yourself. That's why women get you, because like, I can get some mac and cheese somewhere else. And dudes sometimes
you might
do
get
it.
some Kraft. All mac and cheese ain't good mac and cheese, though. You got the Kraft out the box. You got the, you know what I'm saying?
So what kind of mac and cheese you got, Janeen? You got the baked, you got the creamy, what you got?
I got the Patty LaBelle, that the creamy with all the,
the Patty LaBelle mac and cheese?
Yeah, top of the line.
Okay. Oh, man. Aisha had to move one? Man, what kind of people are y'all messing with up here in the fam? Fam, you should not have to move. You that's why you need a big brother. I'll be daggone if my sisters ever have to move.
Golly. I had a dude break into my place to, what'd you say?
And take back 2 pairs of shoes he bought that I love. Wow.
That's funny.
Wow. Now that's some mac and cheese for you. You gonna have dude break into your house and steal your shoes? Oh, that's a foot fetish. What kind of shoes were they? Please tell me they were like heels or sneakers or what was it? What was going on? Dude stole shoes?
Now, when me and my husband split and he came and got all his stuff, he did take all my lingerie, everything. Took all that with him.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Anything sexy I had, he took all that.
See, all right, so when me and my ex split up, she took the lawnmower blade. I felt that was weird. Wow. I had a replacement lawnmower blade, and she took that, and she took the washer and the dryer, and her stuff, really.
Wow.
But like I ain't gonna lie, like with my ex, she would, like, we were done with each other. It was, like, we didn't want anything to do with each other at that point. It was just like, you know, let's just finish this, get your stuff on, I get my stuff. We're pretty much done. I don't wore her out, she don't wore me out. It was a mutual, like, yeah. I'm done with this. And, you know, yeah. So it was no stalking. Like it was always a girlfriend that would stalk me. My ex-wife didn't stalk me. It was always like an ex-girlfriend that just didn't want it to be over.
Wow. Yeah.
A pair of pink stilettos. See, National Stiletto Day, Tehran. Took a pink pair of stilettos and some tan wedges. Wow, maybe he wore them himself. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping he wore your stilettos out the house.
Golly gee. Yeah, I don't know. Breakups are hard. But yeah, these are some horror stories. 47 calls, hundreds of calls, breaking in, stealing shoes.
One dude ended up with a kid. That's sad. I feel sorry for. No, I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking. Oh man, but but yeah, like I never really. I mean, I've been stalked, but like I don't think I've ever been. Have you ever been stalked to the point where you felt your life was in danger?
Yeah, I had to get a PPO on my ex-husband.
A PP?
A personal protection order.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. When the divorce was over,
he was trying to come back?
Yeah, and it was just ridiculous.
And he was not, it was like Steve Urkel? Was he like Steve with the harassment?
No, it was like, what was that movie with Sanaa Lathan and and she thought he was a good dude, and then he started acting crazy. And
oh, okay. Yeah. The one with the light skinned dude?
Yeah. Coming out, yeah. It was like he got to that point, like, dude, you scaring me. Yeah.
Tehran says all the time, leave them wedges. I mean, you know, people say that all the time, that their kid is the only good thing that came out of relationship. And sometimes maybe y'all were just only meant to produce that one baby and bounce, make that perfect child and then leave. You ever think that? Like, y'all were together just to make your kids and then like, all right, kick rocks?
Oh yeah, I think that for me, for sure, because I know at this point in my life, if I didn't have these 2 kids, ooh, baby.
You've been out there?
I'd be out there so buck wild.
Really? The kids settled you down?
Yeah, they yeah, they slow you down. You know, it's only so much you can do when you got 2 kids.
Right.
But if I was a free bird,
your other 2 kids grown.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, I'd have these cheeks all over the ground.
All over the ground.
All over the ground.
Really? You'll be a thirst trap setting.
Listen, I'd be like you said, probably bougie stank. I probably HL who? I don't know him.
Oh, where you do me like that?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Luckily, I don't have to have kids to be like Janeen. Who? No, let me stop playing. I don't have that cutoff game like that when it comes to friends. My cutoff game, you have to wrong me so bad.
Listen, but when they do, oh my God.
What do you mean?
Like, yeah, yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not ruthless. I'm not savage. I mean, I'm savage, but I'm only savage in. It's a defense. It's a defense mechanism for me.
Like your limitations of what you will allow is so like
low.
Like you got one strike. Like that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
You only need one strike to find out someone's true character.
Yeah. Like somebody show you one time. That's it. That's all.
That's all it takes. like why would you keep putting yourself in the same position when you already know that person showed you who they were? See, that's what I learned from being married. My ex-wife, she showed me who she was at a very early time, and I didn't pay attention. Now, red flag means bounce. Stop. I don't even have red flags. I have red lights. Like I'm going. Okay, stop. Make a right turn. I'm done. Like that's just how it is. I just can't deal with stupidity. I can't deal with inconsideration. I have morals, and I have and luckily enough, I'm good looking enough where you're not the only person I could be with.
But not even just in like love type of situations, in any situation.
Yeah.
You have
any
like
relationship.
0, like that's it. And sometimes, and I be thinking like, okay, well, sometimes people make mistakes, or maybe they just made a bad, and you be like, no, cut it off. Be done.
There's a difference between making a mistake and making a conscious effort to try to hurt you. If someone makes a conscious effort to try to hurt me, even if they succeed or fail, the fact that they try to hurt me lets me know I don't need to deal with that person no more. And it's that simple for me. If I have to, cause my thing is, I have to be able to turn my back to you. I have to be able to walk, you know what I'm saying? Like I have to be able to trust you enough to turn my back. If I have to watch you 100% of the time and never be able to turn my back, I'm not comfortable, and I can't rock with you like that. I have to be able to trust you. I have to know that you're not going to try to hurt me. And if I feel like you're going to try to hurt me, then yeah, good riddance, peace. Never marry someone half your age is like raising 2 children. Wow. I was actually thinking about going that route. Get me a little 22-year-old, raise her right, teach her all the things I wanted to do, make her the perfect woman. But you said it's not. All right, I'm not going to do it then. Like, that's another thing. I take lessons. Like, when they tell me.
Wow.
When they tell me, I listen. Man, look, I remember me and the fam, we had went bowling, and a little 19-year-old thing was on Sexy Good. I was like, but she was only 19, and I couldn't do it. Like, I just felt like I felt perverse. I was 34. I didn't know she was 19 at first. Like, I thought she was in her 20s because she was working there. So I didn't think a 19-year-old girl would be working at a bowling alley. Dumbass me. But talked to her. Didn't ask how old she was. Cause she looked older than 19. She looked like she had to be a solid 23, 24 years old. So we talking or whatever. We go. We actually go to a show, a comedy show, right? And we're laughing and stuff. And the lady asked if she wanted to drink. She was like, "No, I don't drink." I was like, "Why don't you drink?" She was like, "I'm only 19." I took her straight home. Like, I hope your parents are okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, with you being out. But, yeah, I can't do this, man.
Wow.
Like it was just something about it.
So you never asked her how old she was before you... Like, that's
one
of the first questions I asked somebody. Like,
it is now. But, like, you live and you learn. I didn't think that a girl that young would be, you know, because it was like she was serving us alcohol and stuff like that. I thought you had to be 21 to even serve alcohol. Found that out was 18, but it was just like the maturity level that she had and everything. You would not have expected her to be 19.
Oh wow.
Like I mean, so it was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah, I was 43. She was 20. Yeah, if I had a 20-year-old kid and she brings home a 43-year-old man, I'm going to hate you too. So don't feel bad. Don't blame the parents. Cause like it was like when Cliff said she brought you home on a garbage can lid. That's what happened. She brought you, man. Like don't, man. You bring home a man. Let my baby girl bring home a 43-year-old man. She only 20. I'ma kill him. I'ma shoot him.
What's the max then? What's the oldest like?
The oldest that my child, like a 20-year, my 20-year-old child, the oldest she could probably bring home, I would say it'd be 22, 23.
So let's say your daughter was 30. And
she was 30,
and she met a dude, and he was 45.
When you're 30 years old, I trust that you know enough to know pick character. And I'm like this: when you're 30, go ahead and get you a 40-year-old man. You know why? Because I'm sure he could probably provide for you better than a 30-year-old man your own age, unless he's like an NBA player or something along those lines.
What if she was 30 and he was 59?
30 and 59. How mature is my 30-year-old baby?
You raised her, so she's pretty mature.
She's pretty mature. He's 59. I mean, that's what she want. I'm like, because obviously he ain't gonna have no game, but he got game. He got a 30-year-old, huh? I mean, I'm looking at it like this. Does he have life insurance?
He older than you.
He older than me. Yeah. He's older than me.
Let's say she bring home somebody older than you, but she 30.
If she's 30 and I'm 38 now, that means I'd be 68 at the time.
Well, I'm just saying figurative. Let's say if you had a daughter in your 20s.
Oh, okay. If I had a daughter in my 20s, she brings home a 50-something-year-old man, and I'm 50-something, but he's like 58 and I'm 55 or
no,
something.
You like 50 and he's, or 52 and he's 50. They're almost approaching the 60s. He's older than you.
Well, two things. At that point, I can't tell her what to do no more. Because if she's 30, she has her own crib. She's, financially stable.
But how do you feel about it?
I would actually look down upon my daughter like, this is the best you can do. This is what you got. I wouldn't feel any kind of way outside of like my personal thing, but I would actually have questions for my baby girl. Like, I raised you better than this. I thought like I'm expecting you to come home with like some middle-aged woman or something. You know what I mean? Because I plan on raising a lesbian.
Oh God.
So I want you to have something that you can be attracted to. And I would feel in that situation that she's settling or she's selling herself for, financial well-being. And that's not how I would want to raise my
even if she
girl.
said, well, Daddy, he's sick. He's not expected to live much longer. And he has a lot of money.
Then get your money, baby.
And these guys.
Get your bag. Get your bag. I'm telling you that now. Go ahead. Get your bag. Get that money, and then, cut me off a little something. Break me off 10
Break
G's.
you off a little something.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Because like I said, if it's a thinking man's game. Life is a thinking man's game. And if my baby girl is thinking to that level of, oh, he's going to die, I got to make him happy for 2 years. But then I'm going to ask my baby girl one thing. Make sure you get married. Make sure there ain't no prenup. Because if you his girlfriend and he dies, his family ain't going to let you get nothing. They won't even let you see him. Especially if they don't like you.
Why do people say that they're going to get worms if they sleep with older people?
I guess because old people got worms.
Worms where?
In their hoo-ha? Or their penis? I don't know. I never got that. I just saw it for the first time, too, when I used to say she going to get worms.
No, but I hear people say that all the time. Like, you get sleep with somebody old, you're going to get worms. But where the worms coming from?
I think it's probably just like a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think that's serious. But she said, Ashley President said, because old man got worms.
In their release?
Yeah. Oh, and see, now Spinks Rising, he says, I did not have money, so she was not after that, but I did work my butt off, so she wanted for nothing. Making your woman want for nothing creates a spoiled brat.
It depends on how old she is, because making your woman want for nothing at 49 makes a very happy man if he lives with Janeen.
At 20, you're creating a spoiled brat.
Yeah, because you're raising her at that point.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's like raising 2 kids.
Yeah.
And number one, what's an old man? What is technically an old man? Because they say that old men have worms. And am I old man? Do I have worms?
I guess when you get sick, is it over 60?
Well, so I don't know. I mean, to be old changes every time I hit a different age. Like when I was 18, 30 was old. Then when I turned 30, 40 became old. Now that I'm 38, 50 looks old to me. And really, 50 don't even look that old to me because it's only 12 years away. I'm closer to 50 than I am to 18.
My ex-husband is 60.
How old are you?
I'm 49.
It's 11 years different. That's not, but that's average. That's typical. Women typically date a guy that's senior to them because women mature faster than guys. Then men really don't start getting their bag till they're later in years. So it kind of balances out. Like, that's why I'm saying, like, for me right now, I'm 38. I should be dealing with like a 30-year-old.
You think so?
29, 28. No, I could not date nothing less than, I could not date anything older than 29. Oh, we have a call. Let's see what we got going on. Y'all keep it. Wait, never mind. Give me a second.
Hey, don't keep it locked.
Yo, you're on the line with HL and Janeen.
Where's my gift card, Janeen?
Is this Joe?
This is Joe from Fayetteville.
Oh,
Yes,
don't
it's
tell
from
me you
Fayetteville.
calling in to try don't tell me you're calling in to try to win the prize money. You are?
Yo, you know I'm African. You know I can spell.
Oh, yeah. Because them African spelling bees be hitting different. Spell.
Oh, you wrong for that one.
Ungawa. Spell. All right. So let me pull up my list real quick, Joe. We're going to give you a chance to win the $30 in cash and prizes. All right. So let me get my list up. 1 second. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right.
What you got?
All right. So your first word, Joe, is callous.
CALLOUS.
Okay, great. All right. Your second word, cognizant.
COGNIZANT.
That's two. Okay, there we go. Then we got two. This is the first time. All right. Your third word is didactic.
What was it?
Didactic.
That ain't no real word.
Yes, it is. Instructive with a moral intent. It is didactic.
DIDACTIC.
Yeah, actually, that is correct. That's three. Joe is the highest that we've gotten so far. Okay. Your fourth word, disinterested.
Oh, I tell women that all the time.
Wow.
DISINTERESTED.
Ooh, let me find out Joe got some brains, all right. And then your fifth and final word, Worcestershire.
What was it?
Worcestershire.
Oh, like Worcester sauce or what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one. WORCHESTIRE.
Nah, bruh, you
Okay,
almost had it. Bruh, you
I get my
almost.
consolation prize, right? My $5 gift card.
No, there ain't no consolation prizes, man.
We got a used mask and a half a bottle of hand sanitizer. We got a used mask we found out in the parking lot.
Yo, you gotta wash it yourself.
And a half a bottle of hand sanitizer.
That's so messed up.
Man, Joe, I appreciate you calling and giving it a try, though, man.
That's
You
what's up.
almost had it. You almost.
What
Dude,
did he miss? How did he spell it?
Okay, so Worcestershire is spelled WORCE. He said CH. And then CESTERSHIRE.
That's the brown sauce, right? That they put on the meat.
Yeah, that's what I use to season my steaks. I'm telling you.
Not real African sauce. We don't use that in Africa.
Y'all don't use that in Africa. What do y'all use in Africa, Joe?
We use hot sauce.
Hot sauce in Africa. What kind? Texas Pete? Y'all got Texas Pete in Nigeria?
No, we don't let that white devil come over to Africa.
Yo, man, so tell me, what is the station that gave you the chance to win $30 in cash and prizes?
Oh, 93.5. Y'all have a good one.
You too,
Take
man.
care, Joe from Fayetteville. You got to give Joe words from the official PlayStation.
He's an Xbox dude.
The official
Joe's an
Xbox.
Xbox dude, yes. Yeah, but that was that's fam right there. Fam, I can't believe he almost, I ain't no joker spell. I ain't gonna
That
count.
was dope.
Joe was, yeah, so we got another one tomorrow. We're gonna have another chance to win $30 in cash and prizes tomorrow. You gotta just spell 5 words. It's very easy, very simple, but we're just gonna call it the spell check test. You know what I mean? Because spell check has messed us up. So can we spell anymore?
Oh, guys, spell check always changed my name to Jansen. I don't know why it does it every time.
Man, I don't know what I miss in this chat, but they are popping off. You are old, who see you as old depends upon your age. And then someone says 50 is old, if their mindset is old. What's your idea of old right now? Not your 40.
I'm 49.
So what do you consider old?
I consider old like 70.
Old is 70?
But it depends. Like they say, it depends on the mindset and the person and the physical, like Fitz Sergio. Fitz is what, 65, 60, something like that, but he can outdance the average 30-something-year-old.
But he had a lot of practice.
Yeah, but I'm saying his mindset. He's not 65 in his mind. He's like 30. You know what I'm saying? The way he acts, his mentality, everything. So yeah.
Do you find it attractive for a 65-year-old man who acts 30? Do you find that attractive?
No, I don't find it attractive. Sometimes it's like, okay, bro, act your age. Like when I see 60-something-year-old men riding on these motorcycles with the music blaring and,
them gold wings.
Yeah, like, come on, cut it out now. But I will say this. When I was younger, growing, I was always say I would never date a younger man. I used to always be like, when my dad would look at younger women, I was like, man, get somebody. But as I'm getting older now, I see, especially as a woman, I would date a younger man.
Yeah, so you're a cougar now. Oh, you on the prowl?
Like not no 20-something or nothing like that. Not even gonna Energizer Bunny, but
you date someone that's 40?
I would date somebody 40.
You date someone that's 35?
I would go as low as 38.
As low as 38?
Yep, I would go 38.
Me, I have 5 years up, 10 years down. That's my thing. I would go up to 43. I would go down to 28.
Yeah, I would date, because men, I'm noticing, especially now, I don't know if it's just the lifestyle and the food and everything we eat, that men, when a lot of men my age, now listen, y'all got.
Wait, hold up. There ain't no way in the world. Did you know that Aisha she says that she's in her 40s? That's BS. Aisha's like every bit she's younger than me, ain't she?
Well, black don't. No, she could look at you, her baby. She got a teenager, don't she?
Man, I could have a teenager at this age. I'm 38. I could have a 20-year-old right now, and that's been if I got a chick knocked up when I was 18. I ain't gonna get black can't crack, because I would never have guessed. I would never put Aisha in her 40s. Never. I'm not saying 40's old. I'm just saying I could have sworn Aisha was like 32.
No, I give her like 30. And the reason I say like 38 is because of her mentality. You could tell her
mentality.
Her maturity.
She's mature.
Yeah.
But I just thought she was a mature young chick. You know what I mean?
I thought she was a mature black woman, but black women always look very young. Most black women
That's
look.
crazy. I'm starting to rethink it, because you don't look 49.
That's why when people be with my husband and he's 60, people be like, you was married to a 60-year-old? Yeah.
Yeah. That is nuts. Wait. I'm 5. Okay, so they're 5 years down. Ashley is 5 years down, 10 years up. So it's the opposite.
Well, that's Ashley Preston.
Yeah.
See, she's getting towards that cat threshold, so she's got to, she's got
that cat threshold?
Yeah, the cat woman threshold. You know what I'm saying? She got to get she got to, that cat woman threshold. I think she said, what she said, they give you 5 cats when you get a certain age. The government gives you like 5 free cats.
I see, if I go 5 years down, that'll put me at 33. I could deal with a 33-year-old. I can't count, but I could also deal with a 28-year-old.
No, you couldn't.
I could. I could definitely deal with a 28-year-old. You know how young I act? Come on now, me. I was talking about anybody else. Me, I can deal with a 28-year-old.
You could not deal with no 28-year-old woman.
What makes you think I couldn't deal with a 28-year-old woman? What? I got the stamina.
What,
I got
on the
drive.
PlayStation? You.
What? I could play the PlayStation, but I could also play the harmonica.
Oh, wow. Maybe, okay, I'm not.
So we talking about that. Trust me, I'll wear a 28-year-old out just like I wear a 38-year-old woman out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You hope?
Oh, nah, I know. That's why I have 7 stalkers in my life. Cause it gets down, it gets ugly.
It gets down.
Man, yo, I'm telling you, one thing I know how to do, I know how to drop the D. Hey, my dad made me eat eggs and sardines when I was a kid. He said, you'll thank me when I get older. Thanks, Pops. Thanks for making me eat all those sardines and eggs when I was young. They made me virile. I think that's the word.
Okay, no, next topic.
Oh, so they said, as soon as that 28-year-old say something stupid, I'm going to show her the door.
Wow.
I don't need blue pills, man. Teron talked about watermelon. All you need is a good slice of watermelon. You don't need no blue pills.
Teron, who's dating his TV set?
Yeah.
You taking advice from Teron.
He's not dating his TV set. That's his little homie.
Oh, that's his homie.
Yeah. You see the one where he had the wife beater in the New York hat and the Tim's?
That's what he telling you. There's more going on in that relationship.
Oh, nah. Teron is not doing that to his TV. I don't believe you.
There's more going on there behind the scenes. He's not telling you.
No. I don't. Watermelon full waters. That's it. Teron, you ain't messing with your TV. There ain't even a hole to poke it in. Nah, he is not. Teron is not molesting his television. I promise you. Like that's a good, wholesome, clean relationship right there.
All right.
This ain't Teron ain't no priest. Teron is not no Catholic priest.
He's not okay.
But yo, I'm telling you that the pictures be hilarious. One time he walked in on, like, prime example, he walked in on him. Now he did take an inappropriate picture of his TV.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember that. He did. He caught his TV doing something.
Some lotion or something.
Yeah, some lotion and a rag. Yeah, so Teron did take. That's borderline child pornography, Teron. Just in case you listening. But it was all in good natured fun. Plus, it's a TV. It's not just a human being. Like it's like an embryo.
This is what you always say. This is 2021.
2021. Look.
Expect the unexpected.
Yo. You know the sad part is, somewhere in this country, there is a man that's smashing his TV right now. That's the sad reality of the world that we live in. You know that, right? Somewhere in this world right now, somebody is getting it on with a watermelon.
4 bottles of water and a TV.
4 bottles of water and a TV set. Somewhere in America.
Oh, my God.
Hey, and then Sweet Keisha has a point. That TV got to be 18 plus.
18. And Ashley Preston says, I remember Ashley said it's got to be Aquafina water.
Aquafina water.
It's got to be Aquafina.
Man, see, we knew Ashley was top notch.
She said it got to be Aquafina.
What's wrong with Deer Park? What's wrong with that Food Line water? I drink Food Line water. What kind of water do you buy all the time?
I like Deer Park.
You like Deer Park?
Yeah.
I like Food Line water. It's the cheapest. You can get 2 for $5.
I like spring water though. I don't like that purified stuff.
Purified water is what? Just sink water, right?
I think so. Is it, like one of them tastes kind of like metallic-y a little bit.
Yeah, something
I
like that.
Spring water. Aquafina. You guys are crazy. This has been a crazy day.
It has. It's already 8:52. It has went by. It has smoked. Man, so y'all have worn me out today.
I've learned a lot. So simps are ruining the game.
Simps are messing the game up
for average men.
For any man.
Any man.
Except
any man.
Average and below average man. See, I'm an average man. And there's below average man. Now the superior man, you can't mess it up for them. Mm-hmm. They gonna get theirs regardless. Them supreme beings, the rappers, the basketball players,
the strippers, the male dancers.
The male dancers. They get paid to smash chicks. Can't like do you understand? Like it's just funny. Like if I could have been a porn star, I would have been one porn. To get paid to do the thing I love most in the world, have sex with beautiful women, you couldn't tell me.
Wow.
You could not stop me. Like dream job, that is a dream job.
Porn star.
Until you have to, finish on site, like on command like that. That's the part that might have been the problem.
Wow, really? Well, what if they ask you to do with you and another dude and a female and y'all both like booty cheek to booty cheek?
I couldn't do that. Nah. Cause the thing is, it'd be limp. They be like, get it up. I can't. There's a dude around me. You know what I mean? So But all right. So if I was thinking about this, what would my porn name be? All right, so I have quite a few that I've been kicking around, right?
What would it be?
All right, so number one, my all-time favorite name for anything that I would do is chaotic.
Okay.
Right? So I'd be chaotic, or I'd be Black Lavender. That's another one.
Lord have mercy.
I'll be Hot Rod, but that was already taken.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll be HL Boney. Hey, I'm just saying, you asked, Joe asked, and I would definitely do it. What would if they made you do it with a senior citizen? I would smash I would knock the dust off of it. They paying, right? I'm not joking. I would knock the dust off of that old boot thing. But anyway,
Lord have mercy.
that was fun to think about.
HL Boney.
HL Boney, that'll be my name. I get it tatted on my chest too, so you can see it every time. But we gotta say goodbye. You got anything going on?
No, I'm heading to Cleveland for the Cleveland Comedy Festival.
Congratulations on that.
Six City Comedy Festival, so I'll be there this weekend.
And again, I just want to say our prayers are with you, Mike. It's a shame, but you gonna pull through because you a tough brother. So we always gonna mention you. Always gonna pray for you. Not gonna put your circumstances out there, but we're gonna pray for you. For Janeen, for me, and the rest of us here at Oak 93.5 WRLY Raleigh, we out.
Stay safe.